guys, how's it going? This is Metal Days 160. Sorry for my absence. I've at work. It was a really busy week at work, and I had to actually take some work home with me to do and all that. So it's just really been really hectic, and so finally today I've found an opportunity to bring you a new game called Kerbal Space Program. This game is a spaceflight simulator, but it's not the typical simulator where you just climb into the cockpit and fly around like in, you know, X-Wing or TIE Fighter or Wing Commander or all those. This is actually a realistic Newtonian physics game. So here you'd have to know at least a little bit about astronomy and the laws of physics to actually comprehend a few things in this game. So this is a game that I would call maybe a nerdy game. So I'm actually a huge fan of astronomy myself, and I love everything that has to do with it. And I think this game, I really enjoy playing this game. So the objective of this game is that you have to take your space program, Kerbal Space Program, and bring it to the level that you can. Take it up to the highest level. So you basically start off with basically just a very simple spacecraft, and you have to keep on flying and experimenting and getting science points in order to upgrade your stuff. I'll explain that. I'll explain that in a little bit. So basically here it's called Kerbal because the planet that you see here, instead of Earth, they call it Kerbal. And these are the Kerbals. These are the guys who inhabit the planet. So these guys want to start their own little space program, and you, my friends, are the ones who are going to head it up. As you can see, you have training here. So those of you who aren't really big into physics or astronomy and want to play this game, here's your first bet. Before you start doing anything, hit the training section. It'll explain more or less what to do. I would still brush up on your physics from high school anyway. So here we go. We're just going to resume a save game that I have, so we don't have to do the whole, you know, beginning part, which is all, you know, flying up, crashing rockets, and, you know, just basically getting research until you can actually build a decent rocket to get you up out into space. So this is my space station here. I think you all start out with the same one. So what I said before about the science points, that we go to the research center, and up here on the top right corner you see science 43. Those are my science points, and you guys see the tree here. I started off with this. This is all what you get right here, which isn't really enough to actually get you out into space. So what I had to do was, you can conduct experiments while you're flying, or just keep on flying and trying to earn points landing without exploding and stuff like that. So eventually you learn points, and you get more stuff, and the more points you earn, the more parts you get for better spacecraft, and which will guarantee you to fly even further and build awesome spacecrafts. As you can see here, I still haven't gotten that far, but the stuff that I have right now, it's enough for me to actually get to the moon and back. So, but we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do is going to make a spacecraft that will take us up into orbit, and that will it will just take us up into orbit, and we'll orbit around the Earth a couple of times and come back and land on the Earth. So for that, we're going to need the command pod right here. This is where your parts are. Okay? So I'm just going to give you a simple the lowdown of what everything is here. So we got the command module here, or the command pod. This only fits one astronaut, so I can't wait to get the Apollo one, which fits 3. I'm gonna want to do an Apollo mission soon once I get it. So in order to land safely back on the Earth, we need parachutes. We need to deploy parachutes upon re-entry, so that's what we need to do. Now for this, I will explain why I'm putting stuff here in this ship as we go. So in order to continue with the rest of the ship, this is the last thing that we're going to need to land. So everything else is going to be jettisoned. So let's see. We need a decoupler. And what this does is, well, first of all, let's add a fuel tank, because we're going to need a fuel tank and a little engine. The reason why we need this fuel tank and little engine is because basically we're just gonna, oops, I'm sorry. This is what we're gonna use to maneuver in outer space. You know, to correct our trajectory, to change orbit. Basically, yeah, just to maneuver around in orbit. So what the decoupler does is that once I give the order, this whole thing will detach from the command pod, and you will see later when we're in outer space. So what I'm going to do now is attach or construct the rest of the ship. So we'll add another decoupler here. We're going to build the part that's actually going to get us into outer space. So we're going to add 3 fuel tanks right here and a big engine. This alone should get us more or less out into outer space. We might need to use this to get us further, but this is going to be key to launch us into very high altitude. So I think we have everything. I think we have a ship. So let's go to the launch, clear the launch, and proceed. Yes. So I'm going to explain what I'm going to be doing now for the launch. Okay, so here we have our little launch pad. That's where the hangar was. So, you know, those little Kerbals took us all the way out here. And see, we have our little astronaut Bill Kerman right here. Little guy, he's waving at us. So he's all excited. He's going to be flying in outer space. Look at him. So he's very confident. He's very confident. So here we have our little nav ball, this is very important, because when we maneuver, we're not going to be looking at the ship. We're going to be looking here to position ourselves. This is our throttle. This is our G-force scale. This is our altimeter, the atmosphere meter. This is our velocity vector, vertical velocity vector. And these are the different stages. I'll explain the stages as we go on. So what we're going to need to do now is prep for the launch. So we're going to go to our map. As you can see, we have a map of the Earth. If I zoom out, we have the moon, and here they added a little planet called Minimus, which is, well, it's like another moon. It's like the Earth has another moon, or I should say planet Kerbal. So, you know, as we go out, we have the orbits of different planets and everything, and that's basically it. But this is real physics. So we can travel to different planets, but I'm not going to do that in this video because it takes a lot of time to do, and some calculating, coordination, and all that. So anyway, we'll bring up the nav ball here because we will do some navigating in this view from the map, but right now we will revert to the launch view. So what we're going to do is that I'm going to put the throttle all the way up and start stage 1, which is the ignition. So here we go. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. So here we go. We have liftoff. So this looks like a nice steady liftoff. I'm going to be watching the surface speed. At about 150 meters per second, I'm going to lower the throttle because the atmosphere isn't that tough. For the lower you are, the tougher it gets to actually get out, to actually move the rocket. So, all right, I'm just going to lower the throttle here. You know, just lower a little bit so I don't take up all the fuel, and at about 10,000 meters I'm going to be pitching to the right about 45 degrees. Because that way the spaceship will, it'll be easier for it to move into outer space. As I will explain it once you see the orbit. So here we go. We're almost at 9,000 meters. As you can see, you know, we're leaving the atmosphere little by little. Okay, I think now's a good time to start pitching to the right. So we pitch to the right. About 45 degrees, I would say. Yep, that's about good. So, it's going back. It's reverting. Still need to do that. Okay. I think we're good, and now we can go full throttle again. We're going to be running out of fuel there for a second, so we're going to get ready for stage 3. We're in stage 4 right now. So when this runs out of fuel, I will jettison this whole area and continue on with the little engine that I told you guys about before, the one that we use for maneuvering. So there we go, we jettison, and we initiate stage 2. So here we go. So we have a nice clean liftoff. As you can see, you know, we left the, that's the debris falling back down there. So we're getting ready to leave outer space. Let me just check the map there for a second. Okay. So this is the apoapsis. I'm gonna wait until this gets to about 100, and then we will make a course correction so we can make a nice burn and get into orbit around the Earth. Yep. Now we're getting into outer space, as you guys can see. Bill's flipping out. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's getting all nervous. He's like, "What am I? Where am I?" As you can see the cabin view, you can't really see much. It's just, you know, stars. So I prefer this view. Let's check the map again. Okay, it's 50. We're still going at it. So pretty soon we're just gonna kill the engine. Oh, look at this view. Look at the Milky Way. I love this game. I love this. I love astronomy. Seriously. Okay, so we're at 72,000, 74, 75. Right now it's starting to climb really fast. As you can see, the orbit is starting to take shape here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill the throttle at 100. Yep, there we go. As you can see, we killed the throttle. So right here we're going to plant a maneuver node. And right here we will execute a burn that will put us in an orbit just like that. I'm plotting the trajectory here. So we have the Kerbal periapsis at 78,000, 100,000. So we will, okay, 97. Okay, 98. Alright. I think that's 99. Oops. I'm just trying to make a pretty good orbit here. 92. Okay. Oops. Okay. That's a good enough orbit. Nice circular orbit. So, what this is that once we reach here, which it tells us T minus 1 minute 35 seconds, we will burn our throttle for about 35 seconds. So that's a course correction. So we will have to navigate or turn the ship to this blue node right here on our navigation ball, and that's the direction we'll be pointing. So if we go back here, as you can see, this is the direction that we're going to be pointing at, and at T minus 1 minute and 5 seconds we will execute a burn pointing at this trajectory for 35 seconds, and we will get a we will eventually get into an orbit. Alright, so I'm going to make as accurate as possible. So now we're just enjoying the view for the next 46 seconds. As you can see, nice and peaceful up here. Bill's still flipping out. Dude, don't flip out. Have some confidence in yourself. You're doing good. So, yep. Oh, I really enjoy this game. And I'll show you a couple of things that you can do while in orbit, but right now we have to pay attention to the burn. Okay. We will do the burn in the map section, because this way I can see our trajectory moving, and I can stop it as soon as we have a nice full circle. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. So here we go. We fired up the engine. We're burning. As you can see, the blue line, which is our trajectory, is starting to change. So we still have 20 seconds left to burn. So here we go. We're still burning. We're still burning, and we have to get as close to 0 here as possible. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, exit. Okay. That's pretty good. I mean, we can do a little more. We can extend it a little more. Yep. It's 82. It's a good orbit. Okay, so we can get rid of this maneuver mode. So as you can see now, our trajectory is a circular orbit around Kerbal, or the Earth, or whatever you want to call it. This is called Kerbal, so I'm just going to refer to it as Kerbal. Oh, what happened to the camera? Okay. So now we're going to go into the dark side of Kerbal at nighttime. I will accelerate the time because I don't like the nighttime area. So you can always accelerate the time. This game is kind of laggy a little bit. There's a lot of stuff going on here, so here we have the whole view of the Milky Way. I assume that's the Milky Way. Oh, there's the moon right there. I have traveled to the moon. I haven't landed on it yet. I'm still trying to get used to this system. But, I can't land on it yet. I don't have anything to land. So I'll still have to get some science points and investigate and all that. Let's accelerate a little bit more. So as you can see, we're orbiting. Oh, we have the sunrise. Awesome sunrise. Okay. So here we are. We're still accelerating time. Once we get in between Kerbal and the sun, I will do an EVA, an extravehicular activity, which means that Mr. Bill Kerman is gonna flip out even more and step outside to conduct a few experiments. Let's go a little further. Okay, let's conduct these experiments here. Okay, so we're turning. Let's get some sunlight here. So we're gonna have him get out by the sun. And so we just go here and we click on EVA. Oh, there he is. Look at him. He's outside, clinging on for dear life, because he does not want to fall into the vacuum of space. Look at that. So out here, what you can do is that you can let go and use your jetpack, which you can control like this and like that. If you want, you can have an EVA report, and this gives you science points, 8 science points. So we go to keep data, because we're going to submit it when we get back down to Earth. Woohoo! I'm floating away. No! Oh my god, why? Okay. As you can see, we could just float like this to the moon, but that means we won't be able to get back. Alright, enough playing around. Let's grab on to this, and... oops, no, grab on and board. Okay. And here we go, we have a crew report. Let's keep data. And, yeah, so here we go. Why don't we start plotting our course for our re-entry. So we'll just say, like, right around here somewhere. We will have to do a opposite move. We'll have to do retrograde, which means go countering the movement that we're doing in order to get back to Earth. I'd say that's a good move right there. Let's try something like that. Okay. So we will hit it right there in about 1 minute, and we'll have to burn for only 4 seconds. So I better get this right. So here we are. Let's enjoy the view for a little bit more. Oh, we have to point up to... let's roll this way and pitch upward like that to match up with the blue maneuver vector, sorry. And in about a minute we will have a go for the manual 4-second burn to get us back into Earth and prepare us for re-entry. So we are enjoying the view from outer space. And this is just like the most simple thing you can do in this game, just orbit the Earth. You know, you can build other stuff on your ship to conduct experiments out here that will give you more science points. But just for the sake of this video, I don't want it to take that long. I was just going to show you how to orbit the Earth, basically. There's the moon again. Alright, we're coming up on the burn. T-minus 30 seconds. So, we will do the burn from here. I don't need the map for this, so... Alright, we can accelerate time a little bit here so we can go a little faster. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go with the burn. And... Cinco! Okay, I think that's good enough. Is that good enough? Yep, it's good enough to re-enter. Okay. We don't want to come in too shallow, though. Let's burn up a little bit more. Okay, let's kill that. Yeah, we don't want to come in too shallow. If we come in too shallow, we will ricochet off the atmosphere and we'll never get back. Let's get our maneuver node out of here. Alright, so now we can accelerate the process here. See, here's the thing with re-entry. Here's a tricky part with re-entry. If you come in too shallow, your ship will ricochet off the atmosphere like a rock skipping off a pond, and you will never get back. Basically, you're screwed. And on the contrary, if you come in too steep, you'll disintegrate in the thickening atmosphere. So you have to get the entry angle just right. Now, fortunately, this game is not that strict on that. Otherwise, you know, we'd have to be doing a whole bunch of calculations just for that. Okay, so why don't we do something here? I'm gonna have to jettison this because we are approaching re-entry corridor. So we will jettison that. You've served us well. Thank you for your service. Okay, let's position the ship for re-entry. Okay, and let's start heading in. Okay, time accelerated. We are entering the atmosphere. We are entering the atmosphere at a nice steady rate. And pretty soon we're going to be feeling the effects of re-entry. So, pretty soon our spacecraft is going to light up like fireworks here. Or just like a blowtorch. Okay, hold on. Oh, here we go. Oops. Here we go. There we go. Yep, this is what happens in re-entry. You are basically ricocheting, well, not ricocheting, but you're scratching the atmosphere, and this is what happens. So you have the heat shield right here, which protects you from the heat and basically protects you from disintegrating. So let's see what the cabin view looks like if we look up. He sees the Earth and some flames here and there. Not too much of a view. Oh shit, sorry. So we're coming in at a nice angle here. When you come in re-entry, you want to be in between the green and the red. Green means that you're coming in too shallow and you're going to ricochet, and red means that you're coming in too steep and you're going to disintegrate. So it looks like we're going to be landing in the water. Yep. Oh. We're going to be landing. There's the Space Center. So we're going to be landing right near the Space Center. Huh. Cool. Okay, so at about 1,000 meters, I'm going to be deploying the parachute so we can have a nice soft landing. Let's accelerate time here for a little bit. So here we are, we're falling, we're falling, we're falling, we're falling. Oh my god, we're falling. Bill's worried. He's afraid, he's looking out the window. Okay, so let's see. We will deploy parachutes now. This is the last stage. Alright. Parachute deployed. Now, we just wait for splashdown. Which I'm going to accelerate because this thing takes forever to splash down. As you can see, we're going down very slowly. I mean, if I put time on, we're going down meter by meter. So here we are. We're going to splash down right here off the coast. Well, not off the coast, but near the coast of where the space station is. And splash down. Alright. Alright, so now we can go and recover vessel. Let's see how much science points we got from just orbiting Kerbal and conducting an experiment out there. Oh nice, we got 13 science points. Crew report while in space near Kerbin. Extravehicular activity report from space just above Kerbin shores. Recovery of a vessel. So this is basically the stuff that you do. This is the most ordinary thing that you can do in this game. But check it out on YouTube if you guys are really interested. There are a lot of people who just built like monstrous spaceships and go visit other planets and stuff. I haven't got there yet, but I hope to get there soon because I'm really enjoying this game. Anyway, this game is on Steam. You guys can get it. They're constantly developing it, so new stuff comes out every time. There are tons of mods for this. Like, there's even I think there's even like a Star Destroyer or like a battle cruiser or something like that for this game. It's really cool. But yeah, this game is it's like I said, it's Newtonian physics. So unless you really enjoy like astronomy and some physics and all that, if you're looking for just like a piloting type, jump in the cabin and fly around, this isn't for you. This is more, taking the time building the ship and plotting courses and trajectories and knowing what to do. So if you're an astronomy fan and a physics fan, this is your game. So anyway, it has been a pleasure to bring you Kerbal Space Program, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video, which will probably be this weekend because I have another busy week at work. So anyway, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, you guys know the drill. This is Metal Days 160, signing off.